Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, this episode is pretty much like a motivational episode, if anything. I feel like, overall, it's just to allow people and to let them know, like, you can achieve great heights with content creating if you keep going with it. I mean, because there's like two sets of things I want to talk on. It's like kind of somewhat of the inspiration behind this episode, and then some things that I'm thinking of off of the top of my head with this episode. But so, anyways. So I remember a while back, this is a, motivation like the, or inspiration behind this episode. So a while back, I seen this post of this guy on Twitter, and he was talking about how he had a friend, like, and I think all he did was just ask a friend, like, if he wanted to play some video games or something. The friend was like, oh yeah, that's cool, but, I don't want to do no video. And I think the guy was going to that made the post. I don't know overall, but my thing is this, like, if I'm not into content creating, I think I would tell that friend that it's like content creating is not my thing, but I'm not going to come out and say that I don't support you with content creating. And I know that that's going to be a question that people would ask me. Well, do you, in this example that doesn't exist, would you have supported that friend with content creating? Of course. I feel like even though I'm not like in this example that I'm not a content creator, I still feel like that I'm the same person. And it doesn't matter what the situation is. I've always have supported my friends when it came to stuff. So like, and even if it wasn't like, and there's a lot of friends out there where they haven't really told me like what they're doing and stuff. But overall, I'm not going to be like, if anything's, I'll give them advice, but I'm like, I just don't want to be a part of it, Like, and that's the thing where it's like, even though that this is a friend of mine, it's like, I don't know, like there would have to be a good reason for me to not want to be a part of it. But if I just see it where it's all like, I just don't want to be a part, it's like, nah, it's like you gotta have like more of a grown up adult answer and stuff on some stuff like that, because just saying like no, I want to be a part of it, and they ask why, and it's like I just don't want to be a part of it. Then yeah, there's like something deeper. That's why I feel like that whole like you don't support that friend comes in play. But it's like you gotta overall be honest. So there has to be a reason on why you're doing what you're doing and stuff. But so anyways, but yeah, so they ended up getting into an like not a big argument, but it was like some words was exchanged between the both people and stuff. And it was crazy because it was like, fam, it's not like it's hurting you. And the funny thing is that he can go out and become like one of the biggest content creators of all time. I mean, this dude can be getting like 1 million views. Like he's up there with like PewDiePie, like 1 million views each video, like 40 million subscribers. This man is like on the Forbes list of like one of the most richest YouTubers of all time. Like he's helping all these other content creators grow. I guarantee and I promise you that friend will either regret saying what he said, or he would try to contact them and be like, hey man, I was just acting weird a while back. Like they would try to come up with everything possible. I feel like that would be the stalker friend and stuff. That would, or the stalker person in that person's life. Like they overall would try to, find a way to like come across this content creator and stuff. But yeah, it's just it's crazy to me, like how people will carry on like that, and it's like, fam, it's not like I'm not asking you to bend over backwards for my content creating career. I'm just asking for just, hey, I support you. Just those words. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to, but just respect what I'm doing. Like that's all that I like. That at the end of the day, that's all that I need to hear. Anything else, I'm like, don't care for it. So. Anyways, but yeah, overall, like, like hearing stuff like that, it really does, trip me out, because I'm like, man, with content creating, like overall with content creating, how I see it is that honestly, all right, so I feel like, more so this is just to explain, like, to your non-content creators out there what content creating is. It's like you learn and evolve from content creating. You don't go and just, because I feel like a lot of people look at it as that, you're having fun with content creating. You're not overall doing anything productive. You're just having fun. You're over there recording videos or playing video games, or like you're doing like the dumb stuff pretty much, even though it's not. But talking on myself, more so defending the act of content creating. I have learned so much from content creating. I feel like even with my with just overall with the knowledge that I've learned from content creating, I also feel like that I have evolved as a person and as a content creator. I can't think of I guess what my mindset was like prior before getting into content creating, because honestly, well, I mean, yeah, for one, I was like, well, I mean, it was more so because YouTube and content creating, I wasn't really thinking about I know overall content creating, just it wasn't the idea when I was in high school. I was thinking military and stuff, and then after I had graduated, and it was like, oh, okay, well, let me see what I can do with this. And it honestly, it's like a, hold on, let me turn because my TV wrestling just went off, so I'm like, okay, good, now I can give you guys my full attention. But I just really wanted to record this episode and stuff to kind of motivate some young-minded people out there and stuff. But no, overall, I feel like with content creating, it became like a positive virus. It took over my brain, but in such a positive way, to where it's like I found something that I'm good at, that I actually want to do, in life. And the thing is, I have, you're gonna have your doubters. I have my doubters. I have where it's like, I think literally just about everybody around me has most likely doubted me. Probably even as soon as I had even came out and said that I want to be a YouTuber originally, before, because now I would consider myself a content creator. Prior before, yeah, I was just doing YouTube videos. But then it's when you look at it, it's where you're doing, YouTube videos, but in a bunch of different genres. You got a Twitch channel, podcast channel, what else, freaking TikToks, other overall content creator, social media influencer and stuff. But it's when I look at that and I think of just the years, I have learned so much with it. Just from even sitting down and watching other content creators and how they operate with, YouTube or Twitch streaming or whatever and stuff. I've learned so much. And it's my thing is this, and it's crazy because that's another thing where it's I honestly feel smarter. When I think back, I just, well, for one, I feel like I'm smarter, but I just feel like that my head is screwed in, right, on what I want to do and stuff. But yeah, it's if you're doing, overall, that's why I feel like a lot of times, people like that don't last. If you are doing content creating stuff just to have fun and not, do no real work behind it, then yeah. But overall, when I look at myself and all of the work that I've done with content creating, there's nobody in this world that can tell me that I'm not putting in work. It's you guys said, the thing is this, I know a lot of people, they say that's arrogant speaking. You're, speaking too highly of yourself. The thing is this, I don't speak high enough to where I consider myself a king or a god, but I speak high of myself to think of myself as one of the most hardest working people to ever step foot into the content creating platforms and stuff. When you sit down and you look and kind of examine all of the different content creators out there, how many content creators do you know with 46 YouTube channels, right? A couple of podcasts, a Twitch channel, TikTok, active on all these other social media platforms, actively looking for other social media platforms, putting out content literally every day, bruh. Every day. It don't matter what the platform is, I'm putting out content every day. Streaming twice a day with Twitch, playing and beating all of these different video games, putting out thousands upon thousands of videos. I'm saying the people that have doubted me, that's why I'm you're not really looking. And I don't know, maybe if you need to clean your glasses or you need some glasses, but it's when you look at those numbers, and even when I look at those numbers, I look at it as there's not too many people that has achieved that number. With channels, videos, views, even I know people probably look people definitely have went, because I think with my YouTube channel, it's hold on, let me open up Social Blade real quick. With my YouTube channel, yeah, I think it's let's see real quick. So yeah, 6.6 million views. Dang, I'm very close to hitting 7 million, 400,000 views away. I think I can achieve that sometime here soon. But anyways, But no, like overall, reaching that number, there's not too many people that can say that they've reached that number, with all of the videos that they have compiled up and things, or even with one video, and it's like, and then talking on TikTok, freaking having a video on there that reaches 5 million views and stuff. I'm saying, it's like, people can doubt you, but when you start putting in the work, when you start raising the number higher and higher, I look at it as like, content creating, in my opinion, is a video game. It's like, yeah, you're gonna go back, you're gonna do like, the same missions all over again, but at like every time when you play this, you're gonna level up. Whether it's a small little leveling up or a big, gigantic, like you're leveled up multiple times, but you're leveling up. Every time when you wake up and you decide, hey, I'm going to do some content creating related, whether it's streaming today or posting a video or, chopping a stream down or a video down and posting it into a TikTok video and posting it on other social media platforms. What else? Like it could be anything. Doing a podcast and things, whether it's by yourself or with your friends. The thing is this: when I sit down and look and see that, I like it took me like until like the later years of content creating to start like really collaborating with people. I mean, streaming with my friends and stuff. It's like like it's something where I don't really think about it at that time, but then at some point in time I think, and I'm like, wow, like, like I'm really doing this right now. Like I'm collaborating with a good friend. We out here making memories, playing video games, doing whatever and stuff. And then it's like, then I look back on like how I started, where it was like, when I look back on how I started versus how I am now, this podcast would not exist. Thousands of my videos would not exist. Me being a Twitch streamer wouldn't even be happening. What are some other things? TikTok, none of that. None of that stuff would ever happen. None of it. If I was the person that I was back then today, none of the stuff that I've achieved today would not have happened. Maybe some videos, maybe, some streams, but no, at the end of the day, I'm like, a lot of this stuff wouldn't even have happened, because I think back on back in 2010, when I very first got into content creating, I didn't like how my voice sound. I didn't want to appear in front of the camera. What else? I was using a digital camera to record my gaming videos. What else? And then I think I was using this like $30 phone to record other videos. It wasn't until like maybe that like that next year for Christmas, when I had got an iPad, that's when I had started doing like, I think it was like, so I can't remember if I did any videos that initial time when I had got my iPad. I don't think it was maybe until like that next year, 2012, that's when I started doing more talkative videos. So like overall, it's like I feel like I've learned to be more social when it comes to certain topics. Like, because I'm saying, like, when I think like look at all the podcast episodes I've done, like over 100 seasons, 10 episodes each season and stuff, and then like countless extras and things where I'm just talking on other stuff. Yeah, it's like, fam, you can't look at that and be all like, oh, he ain't achieving nothing, like that. I just feel like people tell them that to make themselves feel better. If you look at my content creating career and you're looking at it as all like, oh, he hasn't achieved nothing, he hasn't done nothing, he's a failure, he's this, he's that, you're only telling yourself that to make yourself feel better. But at the end of the day, it's not the truth. As many times as you want to tell yourself that that's the truth, my thing is this: there are probably, there's content creators out there where they've achieved more views than me. They have more subscribers than me. They don't have as many videos as me. They haven't done as many streams as I've streamed. They haven't done as many podcast episodes. They haven't posted as many TikTok videos. I'm saying, it's like I'm putting in more work than some of the most biggest content creators out there. So I'm saying, like, and it's no disrespect to those content creators. Those content creators are putting in work too, but I'm just putting in more work. So I know people will look at that and will want to count me as the villain, say that I'm lying, saying all these other different things. I don't care. Like, I really don't. Y'all can say what you want to say. Y'all can do what you want to do. I really don't care no more at this point. I don't. Look at me as the villain. I want to be the villain. The funny thing is like I had kind of took inspiration from that from wrestling, like WWE, AEW, all that type of stuff, where it's like it's okay to be the villain, because at the end of the day, yeah, people can say everything that they want to say. They can say that you suck. They can say that you're a horrible person. They can say that you're a horrible content creator, or horrible streamer, podcaster, TikToker, just overall content creator and stuff. They can say that you're the worst of the worst, but it's like they can't deny the fact, because then if that's the case, if they're going to deny the fact that I'm putting in work, then they're just lying to themselves. Because it's like, how does my thing is this, does your favorite YouTuber, the one that you look at them highly more than you look at me, and I don't even want people to look at me like as a high figure and stuff, but you look at this person more of a high figure than you look at me as a high figure, and are they putting in more work than me? How many channels do they have? How many YouTube videos do they have? Yeah, there's YouTubers out there where I've seen that they have thousands upon thousands of videos and stuff. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, do they have as many channels as me? I don't think there's anybody on the YouTube platform that has over 46 YouTube channels. And they're working, they either have a video in the works for that channel or already have a video on that channel. But there is not, and then it's also achieving, views on those channels too. Where it's like, my name ain't tied with it, none of that. It's just me posting an idea. So I'm saying that there's people out there where it's like they have even decided to be, because my thing is this, to those out there, and I don't even care, because like it's either you put in the work to be a content creator, or you just stop talking about me. That's your only two choices. Now I know at the end of the day people ain't going to listen, but it's like, no, prove me wrong. Because I had to say that's probably the main thing that I'm looking for in content creating and stuff. Like, I want people to prove me wrong. I want people to prove that there is somebody out there working harder than I am. So like, at the end of the day, if that person doesn't exist, I'm just going to look at myself as that person. If that's an issue, then that's an issue. But it's like, the thing is this, I'm not going to do a podcast episode talking badly about myself. Imagine if I did this podcast episode where it's like, I'm not the greatest YouTuber of all time. There's people out there telling me that I'm a good YouTuber. There's people out there telling me that I'm a good content creator, where it's my friends, fans, random people and stuff, where they're telling me that I'm a good content creator. Literally people believing in my dream more than I at times believe in my dream and stuff. But imagine if I were to do this podcast episode where I'm all like, oh no, I'm pretty sure there's another YouTuber out there that has more videos than me. Yeah, I did say that, but overall, it's not, I'm not going to look at it as a negative. I think that's what it is. It's like, I look at all the stuff that I've done as a positive. I don't look at the things that I've done as a negative. So it's like, imagine if I just had like more of a depressing sound to this podcast episode where it's like, oh, well, I don't have that many subscribers. I'm not a good YouTuber then, because I don't have the most amount of subscribers on YouTube. I don't have that many views on my videos and stuff. Like, I don't get that many views on my latest videos. It usually takes a time. So yeah, I'm not a good content creator. Nobody joins my streams. So yeah, I'm not a good content creator. It's like nobody wants to be a part of my streams or videos or podcast episodes or whatever and stuff. So I'm not a good content. That's depressing. No, my thing is this. That's the one thing I had to say that I'm sick and tired of, is the whole like just depressing side to, and like to not so much as like others, but more so for myself. It's like, I'm sick and tired of it. So I'm like, I'm gonna look at things more in a positive way. And I feel like first thing I gotta start off with is me. So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. We're now $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.